control.
Okay, great. Now we're recording. So we can put this on our website. All right, so when we think about the importance of healthcare organizations like you all using social media, there are four main things I think that are important for you to keep in mind. The ability for you to combat misinformation, right? So you all serve underinsured, uninsured individuals in your communities, and you are a trusted voice to your patients. You play a critical role in correcting and minimizing the harm that misinformation causes. So we really saw this in action throughout this COVID-19 pandemic, right? You can use social media to deliver reassurance, share facts, and answer questions from your patients in real time. Share the patient experience. Clinic fear is a real thing, so you can really demystify the experience of visiting the doctor by using your social media effectively. You can take future patients behind the scenes of the patient experience, show them what it looks like to check in, show them what your exam rooms look like. It's also an opportunity for you to show off the expertise, services, and tools you have to serve your patients. So you can film a video on your phone, or you can do a live tour or demo. Educate information, but it's also, you can use your social media as a way to share up-to-date current research, help the public understand its relevance to current practice, and that helps establish your credibility as an organization on social media. So something you'll notice that TCCN does is we will share posts from organizations that we know and trust, like Tennessee Department of Health or the World Health Organization. We'll share So if you think about how we do that for you, you're also able to do that for patients in your community. And I might be frozen. Am I frozen? No? Good. Okay, great. Thank you, Maribel. Shine a light on preventative care. So you're here because you provide necessary medical services for the under or uninsured. Social media is a great way to advertise preventative care, right? Screenings like colon cancer and prostate cancer. When we think about dentistry and the importance of dentistry and accessing dental care as preventative care. So you'll notice that we do this on our social media. We will use week of or month of opportunities to share that kind of information. So we'll always be talking about breast cancer awareness month. We'll always be talking about colorectal cancer awareness month as a way to put that into people's minds so that they go and get those preventative screenings. So just as we do it on our social media platform, we hope that you consider and put it into practice on your social media platform for your community. Any questions on that before we keep going? Next slide. So now let's kind of get into the nitty-gritty of some tools and tricks. Next slide. So all social media is making sure that you're always increasing your engagement, right? You want more people to like, more people to follow, more people to comment and interact with your page. So tips for doing that, like your friends. I'll show you in a second how we do that here at TCCN, but follow accounts that are similar to yours and accounts in your community. I think that part's really important, like your Chamber of Commerce, locally owned small businesses, nonprofits, and like their posts, retweet their posts, comment on their posts to build that community. Tip number 2, post with purpose. Are you sharing breaking news? Are you having an event? Try to make your post intentional. You're not posting just to post, right? That way, people know that they can look to you for relevant, valuable news, and it won't just be kind of all over the place. Not saying that once in a while you can't share a fun family recipe, but try and keep the content that you post streamlined and related directly to the kind of work that you do. So that leads me to my next bullet: have a strategy. All of your platforms don't have to be the same. This is something that we're thinking about all the time at TCCN. Do we want to direct people to our Facebook for breaking events and news, and to our Twitter for community shout outs? So how can we kind of divide up our social media to be more intentional so that people know where to look when they're thinking about certain how to get certain information? So all of your platforms don't have to be the same. You can use your Instagram to share staff and clinic highlights, and you can actually have your staff do kind of like an Instagram takeover or like a day in the life of a healthcare practitioner in your clinic. And you can use your Facebook to share news or research or breaking health updates. Consistency. I think this part's really, really important because you all do so much that you don't want social media to kind of run your life, right? Set a boundary for how much you can reasonably engage and stick with it. Does that look like you're posting twice a month? I mean, not twice a month, that's too little. But does that look like you're posting twice a week or once a day? Try to create something consistent and stick to it. And then a little bit, we'll talk to you about Hootsuite or how to pre-schedule your posts to make that easier for you. And then our last tip, get chatty. Like or share posts with your friends. When you repost, add your own personal comment. Use hashtags. So we can talk a little bit in a minute about hashtags and how to come up with those. But really, when you're writing a hashtag, it's anything that you can dream of. Okay, so I am going to share my screen. Any questions on that so far? I just want to hear from the room, and you can come off mute because again, I can't really see everybody, but who is already using Facebook and Instagram?
I am.
Nice,
I am.
nice. I see lots of thumbs up. Awesome.
Free
And
medical clinic.
have you found that your patients are engaging back with you on social media?
I would say not so much patients as much as like other community businesses and chambers and stuff have
Okay.
been.
I think that's awesome, and it's super beneficial because if someone walks into your chamber of commerce and they may not know exactly what they need, but your chamber will be able to refer them, right? So you're always thinking about making sure other organizations in your community know about the great work that you do so that they can constantly refer people to you. I think that's fantastic. Anyone else want to jump in?
We have a lot of patient interaction with our page, especially if we post pictures of our full staff. People comment all the time, "What wonderful staff. Thank you for being there." Like, it's really amazing. And then they share it. So we've
Nice.
seen a lot of engagement.
Fantastic. I'll just tell you from my own personal experience. I used to be a school counselor at a high school. My first job out of college, I was totally unprepared. But one of my students was graduating high school and she'd never been to the dentist before. And I thought, oh, you've got to go to the dentist. And so I arranged for a free mobile dental clinic to come to the school and do cleanings for the kids. But I found that a lot of them were really afraid. They think of like drills immediately when they think about going to the dentist. They think about drills. They think about people poking around in their mouth. It's really, really terrifying. And so it was great to work with that organization. They put together a little video to kind of demystify what getting your teeth cleaned looks like. There are no drills involved in a simple tooth cleaning. And so I think anytime that you can do that kind of like behind the scenes or get to know us kind of content is super helpful for people who haven't had a lot of interactions with the kind of work that you do.
I
So
think
I'm going to
that,
share.
oh, I'm sorry. I should have
No,
raised my
please go
hand.
ahead.
Uh, I like the idea. There's the different there's diversity in folk who use Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Uh, Old school people like me, which I'm in the youthful part of my old age. That's what I've been saying for years now. Um, a lot of us do Facebook, but I do Twitter. And it's exciting when you put out a tweet and it creates a tweet storm. You know that you're doing good in your neighborhood. But a video of, I always say, people of color, in most cases, when we get sick, it's almost like an exit interview of life. And so if we could kind of like promote when we're doing I'm getting my PSA, I'm doing my blood work today, checking on my PSA, or talking about, getting your colonoscopy and things like that. Doing videos like that, men don't like to go to the doctor, and if black folks and brown, in my experience, uh, when we get sick, we die. And so, if you can promote that early via video, I think that's inspiring and it's a wake up call for a lot of people. I was reluctant for going to, but all I'm saying is that's a good tool, and I appreciate you giving that example. It's kind of a wake up call to me, and my wheels are turning.
Yeah, and Thomas, all you need is an iPhone or an Android. Or an
Yes,
Android. All
yes.
you need is your phone to do that. And honestly, because you're using a phone, it's more personable and accessible to people than doing some big video production, right? I'm just holding up my phone and I'm showing you exactly what I'm doing. And I think you can even take it a step back, right? Some of you provide transportation services for people. So showing people what it's like to access that, kind of doing like come along for the ride, all of that, showing people what it first looks like to walk into the clinic and all of the friendly faces that they're going to greet. Just makes it easier for people to go through that process themselves.
That's
Anyone
good, and
else?
it stars their fear. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
So this is Joel of Volunteers in Medicine in Chattanooga, and we have re-embraced YouTube. We did a day in the life series, started out for the volunteer appreciation back in April. And the nice thing is you're linking together, sharing that story on all of our social media platforms from Facebook to Instagram, if we keep it within the minute, obviously, on Instagram. But the YouTube, the length of that has some of the highest responses, including with organization. Others are funders. We include those links and set that out and got some really positive response, more than I anticipated, from folks to help share a day in the life here at our clinic. Thought that might be helpful.
I love that. And thank you for bringing that to our attention, because now TCCN wants to repost. I think that's something we should repost. And as you were saying, Thomas, as you start making videos, let us know so that we can repost those on our page. Because if anything, we love to be a megaphone for the work that you all do.
I know that there's also some nonprofits using TikTok, and because if you want to use different audiences or reach different audiences, some people use TikTok. Of course, in TikTok, there's a lot of misinformation running, but it could be another place of just debunking misinformation by providing appropriate information and just in general details of the work you all guys are doing. There's several tools, so we need to be whatever our members or clients are. So that is a way of trying to reach different demographics in different groups.
I love that. And what I think is so magical about so many of our organizational members is that um, you're in your community. So I'm from a very small town, and the same doctor that delivered my mom, right, delivered me. And I would run into him in public. And so creating that accessibility, right? These are your patients, but they're also your neighbors. And being able to share, this is our staff person who is from here, who went to this elementary school that you might have gone to and graduated from this high school that you might have graduated from. Just kind of eases the process for people and develops that level of familiarity that makes it easier for them to access their services.
Now that you mentioned that, it is important to go back to what you said several slides back about creating boundaries. Because in small communities or in areas that everybody knows each other, you need to know what to post, how to post it, and of course, be watchful of the comments you get back. Because there may be times that somebody, sadly may be against the work we do. And if you need to be watchful of what others are posting or adding to your post to make sure that if anything goes out of hand, you can remove that, and you need to learn how to do that. We want to always people feel safe and make sure that when they get in, they're going to have the quality of information that they're expecting, and that nobody is damaging your image there.
That's a great point, Annabelle. And I did put anything in the slides about that, but I can show you all here in a moment how to like turn off commenting or, uh-oh. Okay, am I back? Come on.
If not, you can stop the video. But we can hear you okay.
I'm back.
Okay, yes. Mhm.
Great. So I was saying I didn't put anything in the slides about this, but I can show you all how to turn off your commenting. And I think since we have so many people in the room, we can maybe have an open conversation about what you do in those cases where you have people kind of flooding your comment section with misinformation or with, I call it bad news, but so let's see. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So again, I can't see you, so if there's anything you want me to show you how to do, just holler out. We're all family here, so just holler at me. I'm going to show you how we pre-post and schedule our pre-posts on our Facebook and on our Twitter. So I am just in the home management page of the TCCN page, and I'm going to go to publishing tools. Moving really slow. And actually, I'm going to get my phone set up to be a hotspot because you all deserve better than the slow internet. Okay, I have switched to my mobile hotspot, which means we should have more consistent, better internet. And again, my apologies for that, everybody. Okay, so we are all very busy people, and we may not have the time we need to post every day, right? So what we do is we pre-schedule a lot of our posts. So I am in my publishing tools section of Facebook. I can go to the planner page. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the month view. So Facebook is really helpful in that they give you these kind of like calendar events, Memorial Day, World Environment Day, National Donut Day, International Picnic Day. And so an easy thing to do is to, because it's already kind of giving you that guidance, is to pick one of those days and you would just click on it. And usually a little arrow pops up. Come on, there's my little arrow. I will go to create. And because Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same parent company, you're actually able to connect your Instagram and post to both of them. TCCN doesn't use Instagram, so that's why ours isn't connected. But you can write your text, Happy International Bicycle Bike Day. You can add a photo, you can add a video, and then I like to use the optimal times button. So what this does is based on research around how often people, or what times there's high traffic on Facebook, it gives you the best time to post it, right? So let's say I'm going to post it tomorrow at 7 p.m. and I click schedule post. Just ignore that will pop up. Now you can see I've got the 7 p.m. post scheduled and ready to go out on our page. So this is typically what I do on the weekend is I schedule our content for the next week so that I don't even have to worry about it. I do this around any kind of events that are coming up, any kind of events that you all have shared with us that you emailed to info@TCCN. I can pre-schedule those to go out. I can already add in my media. And so I don't even have to log into Facebook during the week. I know that it's just going to be there. It is free. It is, if you have a page, if you have a business page in Facebook, it is included in that business page. So please take a moment, go into your business page Facebook, find that publishing tools button, and let's practice together. And let me know if you have any questions, and I can show you, and we can workshop it together. But let's just do like a practice post. And I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that post and show you how to delete it. You click these little three dots and delete that post because I don't really want to post about International Bike Day on the TCCN Facebook.
Now that you're there, can you show us when people make comments to something you already post so people know how to either like the comments or delete comments?
Yes, I can totally do that. So, and I can go through some of these things. So on that left-hand side, and this is kind of like my little Facebook toolbox, I can go to the notifications button. And it's going to show me all the things that people have done where they mention us by name. So I see that Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge shared a post that we created, and I can click that, and I can see actually what the post was. Hold on, I lost it. Go to notifications.
That was also
Then,
a
oh, I'm sorry.
scheduled share.
It might have been under mentions and tags. Let's go to interactions. Oh, here it is. So it's under interactions. You see this little post with the little people? Also, proud of you guys with your scheduled posts. It's great to post while you're asleep, right? So that's under interactions, and I can see where volunteers in Madison, Chattanooga reposted us, Cares Community Health posted us, Brain Links, and so I can click on any of these and see the actual post. So this is the post. You see, I'm getting an alert because they tagged us, and they used our hashtag, so thank you. And I can reshare it from here. And if I click view on Facebook, I can go in and like and comment on their post. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to like I said, remember that slide I said, go in and like and comment on what people have done. Keep that engagement going. It's a two-way street. So happy to have you as a part of our network. And you see, I'm posting as myself. This is my personal page, right? So I find my little picture and I click the arrow and I make sure I'm posting as TCCN. So as many of you know, your Facebook is often linked to your own personal account. So make sure that you double check that when you're liking and sharing and reposting that you're doing it from your business account, unless you want it to be from your personal account. So that comment there. And let me check the chat because you'll see that some people are asking some questions in the chat.
Yes, Kelly has a question about formatting the picture in the
Like
post.
what tools you can use? Okay, so I like PictoChart, which is free. You can also use Canva, which is free. And what you can do is you can go into Canva or PictoChart, make that image your background, and write any kind of text on top of that. So you can't do that in Facebook or Instagram. You have to do it in like a picture editing software. So
You said picture chart?
Yes, and I'll put that in Canva or PictoChart.
Picto, okay.
So you do that like in Canva or picture chart, and then you save that picture, and then you can put that into Facebook.
Yes, exactly. And
Yeah.
then you don't need to write a caption because your text is on your picture.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions? And I can keep showing you around this back end of Facebook too. So like I was saying, I really like this planner tool. I like looking at the month-long view because I'll often go in and let's just take a look at what's coming up in July. In July, we've got Independence Day, so I will, of course, schedule a post. Have a safe and healthy 4th of July from your friends at TCCN. Hashtag Independence Day. Hashtag free and charitable care. Hashtag what else? Anybody you could was coming up with hashtags.
There is one that is TN Charity Care too.